Hello Internet, I am the Hero of Julios once again with another One Piece card game unboxing. We got our second box of OP09, the Emperors of the New World decks, the new leader cards featuring the 4 Emperors. We got Lim, we got Nico Robin for Odyssey, and honestly, Yellow kind of just got a potluck of support. We got some Revolutionary Army stuff, some Egghead stuff, some Robin exclusive stuff, but enough about that. Let us begin by opening this wonderful new box. As always, I like to start with the bottom booster packs because I am a superstitious fellow and I believe the bottom packs will have something interesting in them. Unfortunately, I was proven wrong last time, but because I took the bottom boxes, we actually were able to end on a pretty interesting note last time. So, silver linings and all that. We're starting off with the Red Force, followed by Beppo. Then we got Sanji, we have Black Vortex, we have Peachbeard, Kozuki Odin. Oh, sorry, I moved my cards to the wrong spot. There we go, we got Rockstar. I don't know if you guys know this, but I do organize my cards over on the side here. So that's why, if you see me stopping, that's why, because I'm moving cards around. And for our rares, we're starting off with Perona. Oh, and the SR Ben Beckman. Look at that. So, Ben Beckman is a 7 cost to play, 7,000 power with a 1,000 counter. He is the red-haired pirates, and his on play, we can trash up to one of our opponent's characters with 6,000 power or less. Keep that in mind when fighting people who use on KOs. We are trashing the character with 6,000 power or less. That means they do not receive the benefit of that character's on KO. Or if they have anything that benefits from a card being KO'd, they don't receive that benefit either. So keep that in mind if somebody tries to get their on KO off when you use Ben Beckman. Next up, we got Brook, Avalo Pizarro, Full of Lead, Sanji, the Special Muggy Ball, Usopp, Rob Lucci, Jozu, Nami. Then we got Building Snake, and for our rares, Jesus Burgess and Roanoa Zoro. It's kind of interesting looking at all these new Blackbeard Pirate cards because it kind of gets your thoughts going on, kind of the end of the series coming up and all that stuff. It really makes you wonder, who's going to fight who? Are the Blackbeard Pirates going to, take the fight seriously? Or is it going to be a life or death thing for both sides? Is Eam going to show up in the middle of the fight and Blackbeard and Luffy got to team up? There's many different ways it could go, and I've heard a lot of people's different opinions, so it's interesting to say the least. Anyways, we're heading off to our rares. We got Jesus Burgess again, and the Cross Guild. Nice little searcher card that lets you find all them Cross Guild cards. I'm interested to see if Cross Guild gets some better support in the future. I am definitely worried that we aren't going to see the promo cards for Cross Guild in a timely manner, and Cross Guild's never going to get the time to shine here in the States. But that's not really a card game thing. That's a company thing. We really need to let Bandai know our opinion on that. So always be sure when a new set comes out like this to do your part and answer the questionnaire. Give Bandai your honest opinion on what you think of how they're handling things. Oh, our rares are Doflamingo and once again Burgess. I mean we're 3 Burgess into a box right now. I think that might be what we need to summon Blackbeard. So if we get a 4th Burgess, can we pull an alt art Blackbeard? That would be pretty cool. I feel like the cards are telling me something. Next up we got Heat. Marshall D. Teach. Oh, see, we're getting close. We're getting warmer. We got Usopp, Jinbei. We have Hongo and Katarina Devon. We have the Buggy Leader. Then we have, for our rare, Silver's Rayleigh, Sabo. And we have the alternate art for the Dawn this set. This Dawn features the red-haired pirate Captain Shanks, as he is berating the Marines for their fear of the new era. As you can see, the new era is right above him. He's got Luffy, Momonosuke, Hiyori, and then this teeny tiny silhouette of Uta. So these are all the children that Shanks has interacted with at the time in the manga. So, yeah. Shanks believes in the new era. Shanks believes in the future, which is kind of interesting because he's actually the last emperor of the old era. Unless, of course, you count Shanks as the beginning of the new era. I don't know. I guess that it's all about timelines in that point. Anyways, we got Sanji, we got Fulaled, we have Morley, and Nico Olvia. See, like I said, it's yellow's kind of a potluck this set. I'm happy Robin got a leader, but I kind of wish Robin had gotten more support. There are some cards that are exclusive to her, like that Sol card, but I don't know, just maybe a little bit more for her. And for our rares, we have Sakazuki and Van Augur. Like, the rares for yellow, they kind of are all over the place, but all the rares for Blackbeard, for in black, are for Blackbeard. All the rares for blue are for Buggy. All the rares for green are for Lim. Like, that's, I don't know. I feel like we need more Robin support, and I haven't even had a chance to play Robin. Anyways, well, we won't underestimate the power of Miracles and the power of Bello Betty. We got Vasco Shot, Rosinante, Thunderlance, Flip Caliber, Phoenix Shot. Those are just fun to say. And Eustace Kid. For our rares, we have Come On, We'll Fight You. Oh, and the captain himself. We got Shanks. So our first SR was Ben Beckman. Our second SR is Shanks. 10 cost to play, 12,000 power. He has Rush innately, but he also has Give all your opponent's characters minus 1,000 power. This is just when he's on the board. This has nothing to do with whether or not your characters are a certain type, if your characters are a certain attribute. It's not your turn or opponent's turn. It just happens. And if you can get more than one Shanks on the board, you can cripple your opponent heavily. They're going to have to put a lot of effort into getting rid of a card that big. In this next pack, we have Shanks' ship, the Red Force, followed by Sanji. We got Beppo, Black Vortex, Jozu, Kozuki Odin, Brook, Eustace Captain Kidd, Thunderlance Flip Caliber Phoenix Shot, Kabaji. Then we have for our rares Nami, and Sir Crocodile. He is a 7 cost to play, 7,000 power, 1,000 counter, Cross Guild, and former Baroque Works. His on-play ability lets us play a Cross Guild or a character with a type including Baroque Works with a cost of 5 or less from our hand. So, not only is he good in the Buggy Cross Guild deck, but this is also good for the blue starter deck Crocodile Leader, the blue-purple Crocodile Leader, and I'm sure Crocodile will get more blue something leaders in the future. So, I would prefer if maybe, Mr. 2 got a leader card. I think that would be kind of cool. Actually, I think it would be interesting if maybe like Miss Golden Week got a leader. That'd be kind of interesting. Like do like a lot of event cards involving the colors trap. So something to think about, Bandai. I'm just an idea guy. I don't have any crazy plots or anything at hand. Anyways, continuing on, we have another screenshot card from the Odyssey game. We got Bonk Punch and Karasu. Then we have Chopper and Kuma. And then for our rares, we have Come On, We'll Fight You. Oh, and Lim, speaking of Odyssey. So Lim is a 3 cost to play, 5,000 power, with the on play. If you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, and you can grab an Odyssey card other than Lim, reveal it to your opponent, and add it to your hand. Then you put the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. But what's interesting is Lim, at the end of your turn, if you have 3 or more rested characters, you can set her as active. This works great with the new Lim leader because everything she plays comes out rested, which at first doesn't seem like a great ability, but there's a lot of restand potential with things like Lim. There's that Doflamingo rare that we've seen. But I'm looking forward to seeing the potential in the next set, because from what I've heard, she's actually kind of strong in the next set because they get some extra support. But for now, we're just kind of living in Blackbeard's world. Our rares are Perona and Sabo. Our next pack contains Brook, followed by the Red Force. Then we got Sanji. We got Marco, Nico Robin, Usopp. We got Special Muggy Ball, Murder at the Steam Bath, Shiryu. We got Building Snake, and for our rares, we have Doc Q and Lucky Roo. Yeah, that rhymed. That's kind of nice. And in this next pack, we have Thousand Sunny. We got Lindbergh. We got Howling Gab, Richie, Bello Betty, Nico Robin. We got Black Vortex, Stronger, Get Outta Here, Sabo. And for our rares, we have Kuzan. Oh, and Koala. Look at that. 6 cost to play, 6,000 power. This is a Revolutionary Army card in yellow. She is a blocker. With the on play, we may add 1 card from the top or bottom of our life to our hand. Then we can play up to 1 Revolutionary Army type character with a cost of 4 or less from our hand. And if we do that, we draw 1 card. So, yeah, the downside is you are losing a life, but the upside is you're effectively drawing 2 cards, 1 from life, 1 from deck, and you're playing out 10 Dawn worth of cards for 6 Dawn. This is great for flooding the board and allowing you to basically use Bello Betty to her fullest potential. This also kind of works with Sabo because you can put a Dawn on her and just slap her onto your life stack, but I would recommend using her as a blocker instead if you're going to do that with Sabo. Okay, and with that, we have finished the first half of the box, which is interesting because just like the video before, spoilers for the previous card opening video, we actually didn't see any of our SRs or secrets, alt arts or secrets, until the second half of the box. So, kind of interesting, but hey, that's just how it is. Our rares are Lafitte. Oh, and the wanted poster of Shanks. So, I'm not gonna bore you to tears with the effect because, well, I already just explained it to you. But this is a wanted poster based on Shanks' poster from the actual manga. It is a special rare, as you can see down here by the SP, but it is an alternate art to the Shanks that lowers something by 1,000 power and has rush. It's pretty cool. What's interesting here, though, now that I'm getting to see one up close, is if you take a look next to its counterpart, you'll notice the 10 cost is much smaller. The text for its power is about the same. Is it smaller? Yeah, it's a little bit smaller. Same with the slash attribute. They really went out of their way to make sure that this looked like an actual wanted poster. Which is great, because the first time they did the wanted posters, they were nice, but they weren't super cool. This looks like an in-world wanted poster for the actual character Shanks. Aside from actually putting his bounty, because that's where the character ability goes. That is a fine addition to my collection. I'd love to get all 4, but I'm happy with the Shanks one. Although, if you're watching this and you happened upon the Luffy one, I wouldn't be against maybe making a little trade. But for now, I will settle for Shanks, and now I have Pierre. Look at that. We got the Red Force, we got Chopper, we got Pudding, we got Vasco Shot, Bonk Punch, Nobody Hurts a Friend of Mine. We got Nico Robin, another Moji, Gene Bart, and for our rares, Gum Gum Giant and Trafalgar Law. Well, that's nice. That's a good opening to our second half of the box. So, here's hoping we get other cool things along the way, but at the end of the day, that was pretty nice. We got Sanji, another Usopp card, Richie the Lion, Never Underestimate the Power of Miracles, Jinbei, Monkey D. Luffy, Peachbeard, got Karasu, Black Hole, Izo, and for our rare Sakazuki, and a secret rare, Gol D. Roger, the king of the pirates. It's actually kind of cool. If you look here, his his archetype, his crew down at the bottom, he is not only a member of the Roger Pirates, but he is flat out king of the pirates. 10 cost to play, 13,000 power, the first in the game to do that. He has rush, but what makes him more dangerous is when your opponent activates blocker, if either you or your opponent has 0 life cards, you win the game. So even if you're down to the wire, unable to fight back against your opponent, You slap down Roger. You have 0 life. Your opponent can't block you anymore. You can swing as much as you want with as low of power as you want, because if your opponent activates blocker and you have 0 life, it's over. You win. If your opponent is at 0 life and you swing with Roger towards them because he has rush and they don't counter out, they can't block it because you win. This card is a perfect finisher, but I would only recommend running 1, maybe 2 in your deck just because of the finishing nature of that card. Our next card is Pierre again. He's been starting off a lot of the boosters in this set. We got Sanji, followed by Gecko Moria. We got Morley. We have Kozuki Odin. Got Jinbei, Monster, Black Vortex, Don Quixote Rocinante. We got Killer, and for our rares we have Yasop and Van Alger. That's kind of interesting. The snipers of the Blackbeard and red-haired pirate crews sharing a booster pack together. Maybe this is the cards telling me something's going to happen between those two characters soon. Maybe. I do like to believe that the cards are telling me something. They whisper to me. Either that or I have just spent so much time with cardboard that I'm just slightly going insane. I may be in need of human interaction soon. We got Lim, the leader. And for our rares, we have Gum Gum, Curedo, Jet Cross, Shock Bazooka, and Mr. 3 Galdino. Our next pack is going to start off with Sachi and Penguin, who are not Pierre. Alvaro Pizarro, followed by Lindbergh. We got the Gecko Moria for the Thriller Bark Pirates. Bello Betty. We got Gum Gum Jump Rope, followed by Rob Lucci and Ace. Then we have Alvida and the Robin Leader. Then our rares, the Professor Clover, who works with Robin, and another Mr. 3 Galdino, immediately after the one we had just opened. Interesting. With that, we finally enter the final quarter of our box. So this is our 6th to last booster. Let me just... this one's taking a little bit of effort to open. And of course it has effort to open. We needed to get to Beppo. We got Full of Lead, Mr. One Daz Bones, Soul Frankie Swing Arm Boxing Solid. We got Marshall D. Teach. We got Jozu, Gum Gum Jump Rope, Gum Gum